There's nothing better than a pickup truck for transporting your toys, but sometimes the best toy of all is your truck. Today, we're going to look at some of the basics that you need to know before you head off-road. One of the most important parts of off-roading is making sure that you are prepared. You don't want to get stuck in the middle of nowhere with no way to get out. Now, some of the things that you're probably going to want to bring along are a shovel, a good tow strap or chains, a spare tire, a first aid kit, a cell phone, a decent pair of rubber boots, and a buddy. Now, if you're planning a really hardcore off-road trip, I would also recommend a high-lift jack and a vehicle-mounted winch. Just like with towing, knowing the capabilities and limits of your vehicle will give you a good sense for exactly what kind of obstacles you can take on. And this Tundra TRD Off-Road is ready to tackle some pretty serious obstacles. It comes equipped with skid plates to keep everything protected, beefed up Michelin LTX AT2 tires, and specially tuned suspension. There are also two systems in here which Toyota says will help you when you're off-road, and those are A-Track and an auto limited slip differential. A-Track is a four-wheel drive traction control system that uses the 4-channel ABS to control power flow to the front and rear wheels, all without cutting throttle. Auto LSD, which is standard on all Tundras, works like a traditional limited slip differential, except that instead of controlling slip mechanically, the Auto LSD actually uses the brakes to individually stop wheels with no traction. That means that unlike traction control, it does not cut engine power. You also always want to be very gradual with your input. You never really want to mash the throttle or the brakes, just so then everything you're doing stays predictable and easy to control. It's important when you come up to tricky obstacles off-road that you get out and you look at it. This will help you visualize your path through them and to see exactly where your wheels are going to be. Now, when you're coming through rocks like these, be very aware of jagged edges and take it nice and slow. If you do have any wheel slippage, your truck might slip side to side, and that is when you're going to cut a tire. One of the most basic off-road obstacles is the hill climb, but it can be tricky. First, you need to plan your route to make sure you're not going over any obstacles that you can't manage. The most important rule is to always try and stay dead straight on the hill. Side hilling can result in a rollover, and you do not want to test your roof strength. You'll also need to know how much traction you have. This can be done by trying to slowly creep up the hill on the first attempt. If you have nothing but slippage, back up, get a little bit of speed, and try tackling the hill again. Crossing water can be a common occurrence off-road, plus it's just damn fun. Like with all off-roading, the first thing you'll want to do is get out and assess the water crossing. You need to know how deep that water is to make sure you can get through it. It's also important to know where your air breather is and to make sure the level of the water never gets higher than the breather.
Obviously, we weren't worried about that as our water crossing was less than an inch deep. But if you are going through the deep stuff, there is some things you need to remember.
If your exhaust is underwater, do not shut off your vehicle. If your engine sucks in water, you're going to have a bad time. Enter the water crossing slowly so that you don't create a large wave or splash. Slowly proceed into the river or stream, being very mindful of the depth of the water. Continue at a slow but even pace. A bow wave will form in front of your truck, and it's best to keep it roughly 3 to 5 feet in front of your vehicle. As you reach the other side, slow down and allow the wave to hit the shore so that you avoid the splashback. Then slowly proceed up the other bank. The same rule applies for crossing ditches in the ground or overground obstacles like logs. You always want to approach these at a 45-degree angle. This will help you tackle these obstacles with one wheel at a time, which means 3 wheels will stay on the ground, allowing for maximum traction.
And that is how you off-road.